How long have you and Stephen been together?
Stephan and I have been
I'm sorry,
together.
Stephan.
It's okay. On and off for about 7 years.
7 years?
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys still currently live together?
No. He recently moved back down in December to Northport, Florida.
Okay.
His dad had offered him a job, but it fell through.
Okay.
So he's kind of stuck down there until we can financially afford to bring him back home.
Gotcha.
We are waiting for... He used to work at Disney.
Okay. What did you do at Disney?
He worked in attractions at Epcot.
Okay.
And
what was the job that his dad was trying to get him? Do you know?
It was like construction manager or like an assistant construction manager or project manager, something like that. Like an apprenticeship kind of thing.
Okay.
That fell through. So we were waiting, we have to wait a specific amount of time for you to reapply to Disney again.
Okay.
From when you resigned.
Right.
So we're waiting for that time for him to reapply again so that he can come back up here.
Okay. So how often does he stay at the apartment with you guys?
So he was living with us up until December.
Okay.
And then he's visited us since December twice or 3 times since then.
And how long does he usually stay for?
Anywhere from a few days to a week.
Okay. And then he goes back down there?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm assuming he stays with his dad when he goes down there?
Yeah.
Okay. How long has he been in town recently?
He got into town Sunday evening.
This past Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. And he was staying with you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then how is his relationship?
I would say super great. He treats her as his own child. He always has.
Okay.
They're very similar. They're both very childish. Like, he loves board games, video games, arts and crafts, all that stuff.
Okay.
I'm kind of a watcher.
What do you mean?
Like, I won't play the games. I'll watch them play the games.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
That way.
Yeah.
But he's more involved with that.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
Okay. Do they ever go off on their own? Like, you kind of do your thing and the two of them do stuff together?
Hardly ever.
Hardly ever?
For the most part, it's the 3 of us doing something.
Gotcha. And then when he stays, does he sleep with you, sleep on a couch, separate bedroom? What's like the sleeping arrangements like?
It depends. For the most part, he would sleep upstairs in the guest room, and me and would sleep in my bedroom downstairs.
Okay.
Sometimes he would come sleep in the bed, all 3 of us together.
Okay.
And rarely ever would I send them upstairs to go sleep alone, away from me, because I need a good night's sleep. Because if we sleep all the 3 of us together,
oh, I can only imagine.
It's a king bed, but my kid karates. Like, she just.
Well, she's she's not a small baby anymore.
No, she's not. So it's just 3 humans on a bed is really uncomfortable, really tight.
About how often was they would go? You would send them off on their own.
I would say. Honestly, somewhere between, I'm going to say less than 5 times has this ever happened, right?
That's
it
fine.
hasn't been that.
And this is over the course of him visiting back and forth, correct?
You mean the sleeping arrangements
Yeah.
done alone?
Yeah.
No, that was including him living with us.
Oh, okay.
Hardly ever would I send them upstairs because I had that rule that she couldn't sleep alone with him. That's just me. I'm just
right.
very...
And then you said you and Stephan have been together for about 5.
All right, so guys, remember in this one, she's saying how 5 times the entirety of them being together is the amount of times that he was allowed to sleep alone with Maddie. Only 5 times. First of all, it's 5 times too many. All right, how many of you women? Because most of my audience are females. How many of you ladies who have boyfriends and husbands who are not the biological father of your daughters? How many of you have allowed your boyfriend to sleep in the bed alone with your children? How many of you said, go upstairs and go to bed together while I sleep down here because I need a good night's rest?
So, you and Stephan, have you guys been sexually intimate before in the past?
Yes.
So you're aware of what like his penis looks like and things like that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Does this look like Stephan's penis to you?
No.
No? Okay.
And we know where that was at. And you don't know what it looked like? You want us to believe you don't know what it looked like. They sent you a picture of the member of a man that you have been with, and we know he's a sick MFer. We know that. For almost 10 years. And you look at that picture, the cops show it to you, and you like, nope, I'm not sure. Well, I'm not too sure. And you want us to believe that. William J., you watched this interview. You listened to this interview, William. William J., Mr.
Dirt under the bridge.
And mind you, this guy has a distinctive mark on his junk. His Pee Wee Herman. Unlike anybody else, we still haven't figured it out. What is it? Is it a mole? Is it a gift that keeps on giving? We don't know what it is. We just know it's a distinctive mark that he has on his Weezer, his tweezer. She's alive. Let's keep going.
Do you ever think that's his penis?
Might be.
Okay.
If anything, it's not even the penis I'm recognizing, it's the things around it.
So it's the things around it that make you believe it's his penis?
Yeah.
Okay. So
She says it's his based off of the sheets, the lamp, the table, the colors, the decorations. Let's keep going.
She couldn't sleep alone with him. That's just me. I'm just
Right.
very,
And then you said you and Stephan have been together for about 5 to 7 years?
7 years, yeah.
7 years, okay. So you're pretty familiar with him?
Yeah.
Okay. Whose hand does that look like to you?
I would say it's Stephan's.
Is that Stephan's hand?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay. So you and Stephan, have you guys been sexually intimate before in the past?
Yes.
So you're aware of what like his penis looks like and things like that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Does this look like Stephan's penis to you?
No.
So somebody says that she wasn't doing it with him. Just because people take breaks doesn't mean that they didn't have thousands of instances where they were intimate. So they were having issues and maybe they weren't intimate in a little while, but that's no excuse as to not know what it looks like. Furthermore, Stephan Stearns talked about how he would come out the shower and Jen and Maddie would admire him and crack jokes of him while he was unclothed. It's not the first or the last time, and he'd like to do that. It's not the first or the last time that she had seen him without clothing. Lastly, the officer asked, have you ever been intimate with this guy? And she said yes. And then he said, would you be able to recognize his Weezer? And the answer was yes. Not maybe, no, it's been a while, I don't know, I never really paid attention to it. You know, I wasn't that into this kind of stuff. So I never got a good look at it, you know? We're like the Amish, so we're like we poke holes in the sheet and we just lay down like this and then things happen. She didn't say that. She said yes. She said, yes, I can recognize it. So guess what? We're taking your word for it because you're an adult and you know the difference between right and wrong.
What about that?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're thinking that's his penis?
Might be.
Okay.
If anything, it's not even the penis I'm recognizing, it's the things around it.
So it's the things around it that make you believe it's his penis?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have these images, and unfortunately, over the last maybe 2 or 3 years, he's been doing stuff with.
So as I'm doing my investigation of this case, using my detective brain, I'm looking at the totality of the information that I have. And the totality of the information I have is that what is Jen Soto's primary fallback position when it comes to Stephan Stearns? Let's see how many detectives we have in the chat. But the person who hit it on the head, the nail on the head, is Stony Baloney Barb. To defend him, the totality of the information we have so far is that her default position is to always defend Stephan Stearns. So when I had that information that she's always looking out for Stephan, she's always defending Stephan, and now they show her that picture, what does that look like? Does that look like that belongs to Stephan? She goes, nah, nope. Well, what about this picture? Well, maybe. Probably because of the stuff in the background. Well, who else had access to that home and had the same complexion as Stephan Stearns, and we'll go on a limb and say discerning features or unique features to be in the bed, in that location, have access to that room? Who else but him? Who else but him? But yet she's still hesitant, like, well, you know what? Maybe because of the surrounding things, I would say that to him, Does that not come off more as somebody who's trying to protect another individual rather than somebody who legitimately is like, no, I don't really recognize that?
What are you thinking about right now?
How this can be true? How I missed the signs?
What signs are you saying you missed?
No, like, I'm just saying, if there were any signs, I didn't see any.
Right. Like, these aren't, I'm not telling you, like.
Right. So then she goes into defending herself. I didn't know what happened. I must have missed the signs because I didn't see any indication that this was happening. So then she goes into self-preservation mode. So now finally when her voice gets elevated, right, and we start seeing some emotion from Jen Soto, what do we see? Protectionism. Self-preservation. I did not see it. I didn't see the signs. Wasn't me. Happened right underneath my nose, but I had no clue that it happened. Let's keep going.
These aren't just Google images that we found. Like, these are actual images. And I don't want you to see images of your daughter like that. I don't. But this investigation has taken us down this road. So wherever you think can be right now, we want to know so we can go get her safely.
Of course. I just have no idea.
Did Stephan ever take her back down to Newport Richie?
Newport, Florida?
Newport, Florida, I'm sorry.
Alone? No.
Alone? You guys would go together?
Yeah. Or I would drive down with, and we would just hang out.
Okay. So when Stephan would not stay at the house with you guys, where else would he stay?
In his apartment in his house in Northport, Florida. That's it.
But when he would visit here, he would always stay in your house? He would never go get a hotel or stay at a friend's house or anything like that?
No, he stayed at our place.
Okay. Why did he go to Newport, Florida this morning?
This morning?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious. I heard a rumor that he possibly went down there.
No.
Why did he go to Newport, Florida? I don't know. I'm going to end it here. Because once again, a nuclear bomb was dropped on this woman. The only time she elevated her voice was when she wanted to convey to the detectives that she didn't see the signs, that she had no clue that this was happening, that Stearns was doing the most diabolical and evil things to Madeline Soto. And they asked her, why was Stearns in Newport? And her response was not with vigor again. I have no idea why Stephan Stearns was in wherever he was, like St. Cloud, wherever they're saying. The same vigor that she showed when she was defending herself, saying, I didn't see the signs. Nope. I don't know. I ask you guys, one of the smartest audiences on YouTube, are these responses? Is this energy? Is it appropriate based off of the information that's being shared with this woman at this moment, at that time? I have my own opinions, but I'm more interested in what your opinion is.